Hello there and welcome, of course, to Planet Cruise. My name's Sean Ryan, by the way. I know we've got all our regulars watching tonight, but if you are brand new, this is a cruise show that we have every Tuesday at 8 o'clock from Planet Cruise, and we always bring you the most incredible deals. We've got exclusive offers, we've got pound deposits, we've got some nice mini cruises for you. And Glenn will be joining us. He's been away for a month. He's always on holiday, that man, but he will be joining us a little bit later on. But we've also got back Dan from Planet Cruise. Dan, nice to see you.
Thank you very much.
So we've got you and Glenn tonight, haven't we?
You've got double.
Yeah, double trouble.
Double.
But Dan, you actually work for Planet Cruise, so
Absolutely.
you take the bookings every week?
So you may well have spoken to me on the phone. You know, we've been busy, really been busy lately. Lots of pre-reg for owner and P&O, which we'll talk about later. So really, lots to stay tuned for. It's going to be a great show.
Yeah, I know last week's show was massive, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
Honestly, we were there in the office. The phones did not stop ringing, honestly.
Well, I think tonight's going to be just the same, actually. Just give the heads up, we've got, I'm just looking here, we've got an amazing cruise with Marella coming up, which is a repositional cruise, which it's got those two important words, it's all-inclusive.
It's all-inclusive.
For 19 nights.
Exactly. Couldn't be better, could it, really?
Amazing value. What's one of your favourites coming up, would you say?
Ooh, we've got a lovely river, absolutely fantastic, really a beautiful itinerary on a beautiful ship, and we've got to talk about P&O for what they've got coming out, haven't we? We have.
Yeah, and we've got a Disney cruise coming up. We hardly ever have Disney, but Disney's coming up. But yes, P&O, we're going to start with P&O. Now, we've got an amazing deal on the Azura coming up. It's in a 40-night, 2-weeker. But before we go into the details of that, we can actually pre-register for 2020, can't we?
Absolutely. So everything now is on the website. So really worth sort of going on the website, having a look. Fantastic, fantastic deals at the moment. You know, you're going to see on screen, Iona there is coming out. That has been selling like you can't imagine. Really, it's been crazy. So if you really want to go on Iona in the first sort of season it's doing up to the Fjords, you've got to pre-register. It goes on sale tomorrow morning. Wow.
So ring tonight, because obviously by ringing early and pre-registering, you've got a chance of the best deals, haven't you?
You're going to get the best deal. You've got the chance to get the best cabin.
Yeah.
Excellent onboard spend. And, of course, it's the best prices. And some of the prices are phenomenal.
Yeah. But you've already had hundreds and hundreds pre-registered, haven't you?
We've got hundreds. So me and Glenn, we're going to go back tonight, back down to the office. We're going to be there tomorrow morning, 7:30. Feel for us. You know,
Are you really?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah, we've got that many. Yeah. All hands on deck. We're all going to be there selling it. All of the Ionas we've got booked.
And what is amazing is that the prices, bear in mind this is a brand new ship and she's going to be absolutely spectacular. The prices are actually, I think, very low, aren't they?
They're amazing. And you know what's really, really great? They've got free children's prices on some of the sailings.
Wow. I know Judy messaged me earlier and said you've got to pre-register because I haven't pre-registered yet. So thank you, Judy, for reminding me. But we're going to start off with a 40-night Western Med cruise from Southampton on board the Azura for under £960.
Exactly.
For 2 weeks?
For 2 weeks. In the summer, I mean, the places we're going to see, they're beautiful. You're going to get sunshine for sure.
And this is a ship?
That's Azura. I mean, if you've not been on a cruise before, really think about it. P&O, I mean, look at that ship. When you see her in Southampton for the first time, you'll be blown away. At this price as well, I mean, you've got the outdoor pool there. You're going to see the itinerary. You've got the retreat there. Look at that. You can have breakfast, lunch and dinner outside. What could be better? Fantastic facilities for the kids there. You know, if you want to go on a ship, you're just going to be blown away.
And when you know, if you've never been on a cruise ship, they really are floating resorts. You know, massive choice of bars, restaurants, entertainment, shopping, the casino if you want a little bit of a flutter as well.
Absolutely.
It's impossible to be bored on a cruise ship, isn't it?
Yes, is a simple answer. You know, and also really want to emphasise.
So looking at Sindhu there, amazing restaurant.
I've been to Sindhu before on one of the sister ships to Azura.
Same here.
The food is fantastic. If you like if you like a curry, you'll be blown away. Completely different.
And if you've never cruised with P&O, they are a company with decades and decades of experience, but very British, aren't they?
Very British. And we're going to see here where we're going to go. I mean, you see there from Southampton. As you head out of Southampton, you've got 2 days at sea, which is really going to give you a great chance to get a feel for the ship, go around, relax, use the spa, the pool, and your first stop will be Cadiz. Now, Cadiz, for those of you who've not been there, you can go into Seville, but it's also beautiful. Great sherry there and brilliant food. And then another day at sea before going to one of the big hitters of the Med, it's Barcelona. which, you know, if you've not been there, again, lots to see. Go on the cable car, takes you over the top of the ship and the rest of the harbour. Go up Las Ramblas, just enjoy yourself and really get to know it. On to Monte Carlo. It's really small. It's brilliant to explore Monte Carlo.
I love Monte Carlo.
Yeah, it's fantastic. You know, you can pretend there as like you're coming off your big yacht, aren't you? So you're going to have plenty of. You're going to be the most impressive in the harbour for sure.
You certainly are. But it is a great place to people watch, check out the yachts, the cars. Wonderful atmosphere.
Absolutely.
And then we're moving on to City Vecchia for Rome, aren't we?
For Rome, you know, we said sometimes you've got so much to do in Rome, Colosseum, Vatican. Take a tour there really to get the most out of the day because there is so much to see and do. Get yourself on a tour. The next day you're down to one of my favourite places in the Med. You're down to Naples. You know, if you've not been there, the home of pizza, the best in the world. You like the wine, I like the pizza, so we'll be okay there. You know, if you want to do something historical, go to Herculaneum, go to Pompeii, you know, the ancient underneath Vesuvius. You can head up Vesuvius as well, all worth doing. Then we're on to Sardinia. Sardinia is absolutely beautiful. Cagliari there, down on the south. Beautiful town, you can see it there on the screen, all the colours. Beautiful harbour, just take a wander around there, really lovely. Yeah, then another day at sea to enjoy Azura before Gibraltar. Again, if you've not been to Gibraltar, what a fabulous place. Head up the rock.
That's what I did.
Yeah, you see the monkeys?
I did. I met all my my ancestors.
Met all your ancestors.
Well, no, I look very similar, don't you think?
Yeah. No, not at all. Not at all. Go up the rock.
Facially, I do. Let's be honest.
Head up there, do that, do some shopping on the way back down, and it's 2 days at sea before getting back to Southampton. So your holiday doesn't end in Gibraltar. You've still got 2 days to enjoy the ship.
I mean, fantastic itinerary there, and obviously with it being from Southampton, you can take as much luggage as you like.
Yeah.
Now, we have got a Planet Cruise exclusive tonight, so a deposit from just £1 per person, price based on the early saver fare there. If you upgrade to select price, you can receive things like free onboard spend, port parking, coach transfers. Again, you know, the whole team will talk you through this, plus savings up to 15%. And I think this is really great. Obviously, you know, not everyone lives near Southampton. Maybe you've got a big journey. If you would like to stay in the Holiday Inn in Winchester, you can do that the night before. Starts only £95 per person, but then you get breakfast. You'd like to get parking for 2 weeks as well. Now, that would be worth a lot of money, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. And if you're going to take the select price, get the onboard spend, you're going to get quite a bit of onboard spend. If you stay in the Holiday Inn and your parking sorted, it's fantastic value because you get your breakfast, you get your transfer to the ship. Worth doing, and start your holiday in style. It's so relaxing.
I would definitely do that. Price-wise, let's just show you. We've got some really great summer dates here. So the lead date there is the 28th of June. That starts at just $959. But even the August dates there, I mean, really exceptional value. 23rd of August, just over £1,000, £1,079.
I want to say about the 23rd of August. Glenn is coming on. He's going on another cruise. Glenn is going on the 23rd of August. So if you want to steer clear of the Wallace family...
What, on this cruise?
He's coming on it.
Oh, I didn't know that. So Glenn's going to be joining us a little bit later, so if you want to avoid him, go for the other dates, basically. Can I just say, P&O, brilliant company, always so popular.
Absolutely.
But we're going to talk now about how you can pre-register and get the best deals. And here's Glenn. You'll see him live later, but here he is in soft focus to tell you more.
P&O Cruises releasing their newest ship in 2020. Ready to holiday like never before? P&O Cruises Iona is a ship that makes the sea the star. On Iona, it's all about adventure, exploration and good times on a grand scale. Why don't you pre-register your interest today? On select price bookings, there's a 5% discount to guests who have never cruised with P&O Cruises before, or a 10% discount to P&O Cruises past guests. Plus, if you book with us here at Planet Cruise, you'll only have to pay a £1 deposit. That's right, just £1, and you can receive up to an additional 5% discount from us at Planet Cruise on all fare types. On top of this, you receive some onboard spending money, or parking, or coach transfers on select price bookings on holidays of 7 nights and above. She'll be sailing her maiden season in the majestic Norwegian fjords. Iona presents a new and unique way to explore this dramatic region, bringing the great outdoors in via her glass-walled grand atrium, conservatory mini-suites and glass sky dome, and of course, much, much more. Sky Dome will be the perfect place for relaxation and informal dining with a swimming pool, whirlpool, spa and poolside features and shaded seated areas. By night it comes alive with aerial performances, immersive shows and deck parties. The ship's going to be really, really popular, so you must pre-register today to get in first. My name's Glenn Wallace, and remember, you dream it, we'll plan it.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I love that wink, that cheeky wink at the end, don't you? So now this is really important. We had hundreds and hundreds of you pre-register last week.
Yes.
Now, our ladies and gents, they need to do this tonight because we actually go on sale tomorrow with Iona, don't we?
So Iona tomorrow goes on general sale. If you want to be a part of that maiden season and you've got a particular season, absolutely need to pre-register. Phone the guys tonight and ask them, because if you want to be on it, they'll book it in the morning.
Yeah, and that's so you get, you know, choice of cabins and say
yes, yeah,
the best deals basically.
You will get the best deals. The leading grades, if you want a balcony, you know, there's some really small upgrade fees from outside the balcony. In the Fjords, we all know it's worth it. So give us a call tonight because it will go on sale tomorrow. And I don't think it will be around for too long.
I think because the ship looks so spectacular, everyone wants to be part of it, you know. I do.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we better move on because I'm very lucky. I think I've done 27, 28 cruises. So I've been very lucky. I love cruise holidays. Dan's catch me up. Dan's done 20, 21?
I've done about 20,
20,
yeah.
okay. So
I've got to do a few two-nighters, I think, to catch you.
But something that I have yet to experience, I'm desperate to, is a river cruise. And we have got a spectacular river cruise right now with Riviera on board the Emily Bronte. We're talking about 5-star excellence. The ships are incredible. In fact, all the rooms are suites on board as well, so it gives you an idea of the standard. But here's Paul, just to give you a little taster.
Now, the moment that you step on board either the Emily Bronte or the Thomas Hardy with Riviera Travel, you will be met and greeted by the highest levels of service on incredibly well-appointed and beautifully decorated river cruise ships. Now, the style and elegance begins the minute you step into the 3-tiered atrium, which is linked together by this wonderful glass elevator and this fabulous wrought ironwork. From here you have access to the Fitness and Wellbeing Centre and of course the hairdressers for that all-important appointment for the gala dinner. Now the main dining room exudes elegance. Combine this with attentive yet discreet service, first-class cuisine and wash it down with a fantastic glass of wine and you're in for a truly delectable dine-in experience. So if you fancy a change of scenery and you want to try something different for a dine-in option, why not try the bistro? Here, a select number of diners will get to try some of the chef's own delicacies, which they will see freshly prepared right in front of their very eyes. Also located on Diamond Deck at the forward end of the ship, we have the Panorama Lounge. A perfect spot to sit back, relax, enjoy some of the stunning scenery as one of the highly trained staff serve you your favourite aperitif or cocktail as you gently travel down the river. Now, of course, one of the main highlights of any river cruise with Riviera Travel is the time which you spend ashore in the ports of call. And Riviera Travel have some experts on hand who will ensure that you make the most of your time. The boutique-style suites on board are absolutely exceptional, with everything that you would expect from a land-based hotel. Crabtree and Evelyn toiletries, fully glazed showers with large rain shower heads, something special to invigorate you after a full day's worth of sightseeing. Each suite has a full-size bed with fresh, crisp linen and that all-important turn-down service. Now for a spot of real luxury, why not treat yourself to a deluxe balcony suite? They're 50% bigger than the normal suites, and what's more, you can enjoy a cup of coffee on your own private balcony or maybe sip a cool drink in the cool afterglow of the day.
I mean, I think you'll agree, absolutely beautiful ships. Now, speaking to Dan about this earlier, because I'm seriously thinking about booking this one, and you said this is great for first-time river cruisers.
Absolutely. You know, if you want to go on a first-time sort of river cruise, Riviera, fantastic. We went to the Cruise and Luxury show. They sold so many Rivieras simply because if you've never really tried a river cruise, Riviera, fantastic. If you've done lots of sort of 2-week itineraries in the Med, Riviera, this one we've got coming up is one for you.
And all the excursions are included in every port as well, aren't they?
There's an excursion in every port. You've got to think of it as your 5-star floating hotel going through so many city breaks in Europe.
And just before I forget, you've got your flights over to Budapest, and these are based on London, Manchester and Edinburgh, so you've got 3 to choose from. But you've got loads of regionals, you're telling me, as well. Lots
of regionals. So if you're not from Gatwick, not everyone's from Gatwick, you know, that area, Heathrow, you can go from Edinburgh, you can go from Bristol, Manchester. I think there was even a Leeds-Bradford in there. So there's really
even
so much... Even a Leeds-Bradford. There's so much choice.
I'm a Leeds lad, so I like my Leeds Bradford outfit. So anyway, let's jump aboard and just show you some of the amazing places you're going to be visiting. So it starts with our flight, as we mentioned.
Yeah, you start going down to Budapest. I mean, if you've not been to Budapest, you arrive on your first evening. It is overnight. You've got there to see all the magnificent architecture. Everywhere you turn, something stunning there to see. You get a guided tour, as we mentioned, so you'll see it all. You're then on to Bratislava, one of the hidden gems of Europe, Central Europe, capital of Slovakia. Wander the streets, 9th century castle to go to, beautiful views across the Danube. Again, get the most of your time here, see as much as possible. It's then to a real big hitter. You're then Vienna. You got there. You're going to have a guided tour there anyway to see the most of it. What I'd say, back to the food, have a strudel, an apple strudel there. Yeah. Wonderful in one of the cafes. Even the architecture of the cafe will blow you away. Once you leave Vienna, you then start to sort of meander your way through some of the really picturesque parts of the cruise. You see little villages up on the heights. You see the Benedictine Abbey in Malk as you head there. You then cross over into the border, into Germany. You start with Passau. Colourful buildings, steeped in history. You know, when that's also where the 3 rivers meet there. You've got the Inn, the Ilz and the Danube. Following on to Regensburg, then on to Nuremberg, where you've got the tour. That'll take you to the trials and the famous rally grounds. Then it's Bamberg, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Wartburg there sits on the romantic roads, and you're then best to see that on foot. Miltenberg and Wertheim there, followed by Mainz, and that's where the Rhine and the Main rivers meet. Then it's the Gorge. Then you head to Rüdesheim, Koblenz, Beaupart, and you finish up there in Cologne. And then you head home.
Now, we should say it won't be that fast.
No, you'll have time to relax.
Because it will be River Cruise, so we'll take it gently.
They might say them properly on there. The captain might say the names properly. So don't be afraid if you say, well, they said it would be Beaupart, and then he comes out with something different.
But that gives you a little idea. I mean, you get to see so many wonderful places, and you literally are meandering along, taking it all in, aren't you?
Breakfast on deck, you know. You've got all those tours. You've got 15 visits and tours on this cruise.
Wow.
You know,
all included in the price.
All included in the price. You've got Wi-Fi on there. You've got the expert cruise director on there. You know, there's 169 passengers and 44 crew on there. You know, so I mean, look,
you can see really well looked after. And with Riviera Travel, and we are talking about absolute luxury. Now, with Planet Cruise, we always like to give you extras and exclusives. So again, you could book this tonight from just £1 per person deposit. Everyone that books will also get a £25 M&S voucher as well. So that would get you 2 dine-in for 2 meals, which I love. Do you ever do that?
Yes.
Yeah, they're very
sometimes,
good.
Yeah.
Anyway, excursions included at every port, but you choose what you want to buy from M&S. Overnight aboard in Budapest. And we mentioned you've got return flights from either London, Manchester or Edinburgh, including the price, but we have got loads of regional say airports available for just a very small supplement as well. Now, every room on board is a suite, so just to show you the prices for the suites here, we've already had a few sellouts actually, but we have got prices starting at under £2,000. And you've got to bear in mind, it's a 2-week river cruise, so that's working out less than £1,000 a week, isn't it?
It is. It's fantastic.
Really good. Now, have you missed it? You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Glenn Wallace. He's been away, travelling, being a best man, doing all sorts of wonderful things. But he's back tonight, and he's been dying to see you. So here's our Glenn, and he's got some late deals.
Do you know what makes me laugh? You go on holiday for a week and then you lose your sofa and everything and you get put in a corner. What's happened? Did I do something wrong?
You've been chucked off the sofa, mate.
This is it, right, OK. OK, folks, we're going to talk about some late deals. It's a new little section we've got for you. And we've got 2 great deals coming up. First of all, we've got Costa Cruise, which are always really, really popular. And this one's going to be a 7-night cruise going over to Malta, Spain and Sicily from Savona. Now, it goes out on the 11th of November 2018. We still have limited places on this one at the moment, and the ID is 143798. Now, it's going to be some great ports of call we're going to here. We've got Barcelona, you can go to the Nou Camp, Las Ramblas, as they've been talking about over there. We've got Marseille. One of the highlights, I think, is going to be a trip over to Naples, and from there you can go to Vesuvius, you can go to Pompeii, or even take a trip over to Capri, and then finally do a bit of wandering around in the port of Marseille with the big yachts there as well. Now, this one is starting at just $579 per person. That includes your flights and your cruise, and you can also upgrade to an all-inclusive drinks package for the great price of about £24 per person per day, which is really, really good value. Then we move on to one that me and Sean have been eyeing up, and this is Fred Olsen, and this is going on a 9-night German waterways on this one, and of course the Bremen Beer Festival. Now, I sold this to a gentleman in our call centre a couple of days ago, and he's thoroughly looking forward to it. This one is brilliant. The ID is 141607, and this one's going to give you an overnight in Bremerhaven, where of course a lot of the ships are actually built, but they've got the Frey Market there, and that's where the beer festival is going to be. That is his selling point, and if you've never been to a German beer festival before, try it. We've also got places like Berlin. You've got a chance to go into Berlin for the day and go and check out Checkpoint Charlie and Brandenburg Gate, but they are our 2 late deals, and I am going to get back on that sofa at some point this evening.
Yeah, we'll let you back over here, Glenn. Glenn, we're just wondering, either Glenn's lost weight or his jacket's too big. What is it, do you think? What do you reckon?
It's the jacket.
It's the jacket?
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll let him over here a little bit later on. But on my word, I was so excited when I saw this next deal. Yeah. It's with Marella. It's on board the fantastic Marella Explorer. 90 nights, all-inclusive, and it's take you over to Barbados, and then you're coming all the way back to Southampton, and you've got some amazing ports on the way, haven't you?
It's fabulous. This gives you a really good chance to do the Caribbean and also head back and get some relaxing time in on the ship. I mean, if we look here, if we have a look at where you're going, because there's so many to go through.
Well, I'll tell you what, before we do, look, let's just take you on board, because the Explorer, she's the real flagship, isn't she? She's
just been refurbished to this high standard. I mean, you can see there, it offers something that, you know, just for the British again. Everyone on board, I mean, we're going to fly through there. It's like my River deal over again, but you can see they've really refurbished it. All those restaurants, look at the light, look at the windows.
Seriously, she looks outstanding, doesn't she? And you're going to be aboard this beautiful ship for 90 nights, seeing some of the most wonderful ports in the world, all inclusive, for under £1,600. And it is adults only as well, isn't it?
It's adults only coming back. And the other thing to say about, you can see the staff on every time you go past one, they wave and smile. They're so friendly on there. You've got the shops, you've got everything on there you've come to expect. I mean, we're going to have, look at the cabins, you've got a hammock on the balcony. That's a large balcony. That would be fabulous, no?
And we do have the large balconies available, don't we?
We have them available, absolutely worth doing. Not much more than the standard, and you get that hammock. I'd pay for that. Then head out, look at that, every day, breakfast out there. That's all covered over there. You can have a drink inside, you know. It's fabulous. There's the marketplace, which is the buffet on board. You're not going to go hungry on here. We've seen sushi, we've seen Asian fusion.
I'm just thinking, I hope that hammock's strong, because after 90 nights on board, all inclusive, it needs to be. Yeah. But when I first saw the Explorer, I just couldn't believe how beautiful she actually is, and refurbished to the highest standard.
Refurbished to the highest standard, absolutely. Beautiful, beautiful ship. And you see, one of the things that, see all the windows throughout, it's going to be so light and airy on board.
Yeah.
When you sit there, you can really watch the world go by as you sail into these Caribbean ports. You've got the pools there, look to enjoy, catch the sun. Oh. They're never going to know. You're going to come back so brown as well.
I know. Well, that was like a really fast tour, wasn't it?
It was, wasn't it? Yeah. We've seen the whole ship.
I know. I was like, super fast, but it did give an idea of just how spectacular she is. But you're going to be visiting the most wonderful places. Now, it's a repositional cruise, and these are really rare. They always sell really quickly.
Absolutely.
We're flying you over to Barbados to start with, aren't we, for the 90-night cruise?
That's it. You're flying into Barbados, so you're going to then transfer to the ship. That's where your all-inclusive luxury begins, doesn't it? So after Barbados, you're going to head up to St. Lucia. You know, again, you've seen it before, the pitons there, absolutely beautiful, just a stunning place, the beaches, everything you need there to enjoy. Lots of rum as well for you, Sean, to enjoy. After that...
It's a mortgage on the all-inclusive package.
It'd be dangerous. Then we're off to St Kitts. Now, there's one thing we don't mention so often. There's a beautiful scenic railway you can take in St Kitts. It was originally for the sugarcane to go up and down the mountain. It's now a tourist attraction. Beautiful, beautiful thing. Really worth doing to see the rainforests and below for a lot more. Then Antigua. Again, we've spoken a lot about that. Nelson's Dockyard there. You've got the beaches. Yeah, everywhere are beaches. I'm not going to mention how many, because I think most of us know by now that Glenn tells us all the time.
You know, beautiful beaches.
Absolutely.
And you really, I love the Caribbean, because you really do properly relax, don't you? You really do.
It's so calm. It's so tranquil.
It's
beautiful.
Really, it's impossible to be stressed in the Caribbean. It really is.
Yeah, it is. you know, leave there. Next up to Saint Martin, you know, fantastic thing to do there. You've got some beautiful things to do in Saint Martin. You've got the French and the Dutch side. You'll arrive in the Dutch side. It's fantastic there for quad bikes if you want to do that. You can go off and do some diving. It's also fantastic for shopping. Great prices there.
No,
if you miss it, you know, you want to go shopping, Saint Martin's the place.
And the French side is very different.
It is, yeah. The two sides, very different. You can obviously freely go between both.
Yeah.
You know, fabulous
It's a really
place.
small island, but honestly, you'll see there is a really big difference between the French and the Dutch side. Both are wonderful in their own right there. Then it's Tortola, isn't it?
It's Tortola next. So you've got some fantastic. You can go dolphin discovery cruise. You can do go on the open-sided taxi for a bit of adventure. You know, you've got the Treasure Point Cove, fantastic for snorkeling and diving. Next on, you're then going to enjoy some time to relax and really get to know the ship because you've got 5 days between Tortola and Horta.
And I mean, I would assume the weather should be absolutely outstanding there.
That time of year, it's the Caribbean.
Yeah,
it'd be fabulous.
So you know, you'll be getting an amazing tan. You'll be making the absolute most of your all-inclusive drinks package, of course, as well. But we are, and there's loads to do on the ship. You know, entertainment, lots of shows, lots of activities. But then we're making our way over to the Azores. I've never been to the Azores, you know.
If you've never been to the Azores, they're fabulous. They're, you know, so green, like a garden paradise almost. So lush, you know, lots of greenery everywhere, fantastic birds and wildlife. You know, take a tour of the island in Horta. It's not big, it's really small, but have a tour, see around. It's fabulous, it really is. Next, after that, you don't leave the Azores. You see another one. You see Ponta Delgado there, just across the way. There is your old town. Look at that. You can see on the screen. That's the nature I'm saying about.
Yeah.
Head out into the old town. It's really fantastic. It's an easy walk from the ship there as well. That's it there on screen now. It's worth just having a wander around. Have a beer if you can still take more after all your days at sea.
You're just encouraging me now.
Yeah.
Then we've got another couple of days at sea. And do you know, sometimes for me, the sea days on a cruise ship are the very, very best. You know?
They are. You get to know the ship, you can see it. You're then going to visit a couple of places you don't often go to. Firstly, it's Brest, which, you know, it's a really, really nice place. You've got a couple of French ports there, Brest, Saint-Malo, Le Havre. You know, you can visit Paris from Le Havre, but you see them all. They're all very historic.
Yeah.
Atlantic coastline, lots of history there as well. Anyone who's into history, you can visit the beaches there, Normandy beaches and that from there. Fabulous place, really great. On to Zeebrugge. I won't mention too much of Zeebrugge for Bruges because I know we're going to mention it later. So you head there and it's back to Southampton where you disembark.
I think I mean you know from say working with Plank Cruise for many years and I've been in the call centre, that will sell really quickly tonight, won't it?
This will be one of the best tonight.
Yeah, it really will.
So
all inclusive. I mean, you work out, you know, the value of that for 19 nights. All your tips included as well. Now, very important, for all of our single ladies and gents, we have got a few singles available from only 2,349, but you honestly, so limited, you do need to book those tonight. I think you could miss out on those. Outbound flight is actually from Birmingham there, but we've also got flights available from London Gatwick from just £45 per person. But so the lead date there is based on Birmingham. And we also have a 21-night cruise available back to Newcastle from just 1,589, and that's based on Manchester flights. Newcastle flights from £99. Again, just give us a call tonight and we can talk you through the various options, but that will be one of the top sellers. Oh, he's finally made it over to the sofa, though.
You're back.
I spoke to my agent. And then we started selling Ubers over there.
How are you doing, mate?
All right, mate.
I did that earlier. We missed you, seriously.
I know, I've been away, haven't I?
Yeah.
Just the way the dates went over to Lindos, went over to Greece for the wedding, so I was best man, managed to get away with the speech and stuff like that.
Yeah, I got it very well.
And then we've been in the office, I have to work with him in the office.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And we're back tomorrow morning, mate, haven't we?
We have.
Yeah, and you've got a busy day tomorrow, obviously, with all the pre-registering of
Pre-reg,
Iona.
yeah, so it's going to be crazy. But as I said, I think if people still want to pre-reg tonight, get it done as early as they can, and there's some really good deals out there at the moment, isn't there?
They're fantastic.
And I think he's shoving you off now, Dan.
He is, isn't he? He's back, yeah.
But you're going to be back. We've got a Wendy Wu takeover show in a few weeks, haven't we?
2nd of October.
Chinese, isn't you?
I have been practising. Yeah. Ask Glenn for advice.
Yeah,
could be in trouble, couldn't we?
Can I say it's been really nice to work with a professional for a change. So I've really enjoyed it. It's been really good. So, Dan, we'll see you in a few weeks.
Thank you very much. You take care.
Right then, what's coming up next?
Oh, I don't know.
We've got Disney, haven't we?
I've got the call-outs.
Yeah. Oh yes. Disney's on. Right. Disney's coming next.
We could be here sometime.
Yeah,
we?
got me call.
Right, here we go.
Yeah, we're always going to big shout out, don't I? So I've got Stephen and Elizabeth. They booked the TV deal. They're off to Hawaii for their wedding anniversary. Nice little wedding anniversary.
Oh, very nice.
Got Andrew and David Slater. They booked their P&O cruise. Got Gilly Lewis. She booked the Pullman Tour one that we featured the other week. She's going to the Canaries. Gilly, big shout out to you. Got two girls here, Jill and Jackie. They always watch the show. They came and saw us at the show the other day. They've booked their first ever river cruise. They're going to be trouble. I'm telling you, they're going to be trouble. They're definitely going to be trouble. You know what I'm talking about. And also got Mary Bradshaw, who booked her P&O cruise with us the other day. They pre-registered.
Brilliant.
And then finally, a quick shout out to Mr. Robert Cornish. He's out on his Cunard cruise at the moment. He's on holiday with his mum, and he'll be back in the office in a couple of days' time because he works with us.
Oh,
so, Robbie, big shout out, mate.
Well, thanks again. Sadly, we haven't got any more time to do the cruises, so there we are.
Listen, I love giving them a shout out. If I can do it, I will do, yeah.
But thank you to our regulars and to everyone that's booked through Glenn this week. But
oh no, nothing booked through me. They all booked with other people. They just asked me to give them a call.
oh, I don't know if I'm pleased to have him back or not. Anyway, let's talk about Disney, because we've not had Disney on the show for a long time. And this is an amazing opportunity, isn't it?
Yeah, we don't feature Disney very often. It is a niche product, and this one's going up to the Fjords. But I think if you've been lucky enough to visit Euro, you've been over to Disney World, Disneyland, and you've not tried one of the cruises, they are something a little bit different. Again, with it on board, there is so much to do on here. Plus, you've got the Fjords cruise. Now, again, I'll talk about some of the things they've added on board, but again, you get a chance, of course, to meet the characters when you're on board, and they almost do it like Frozen in the Fjords. So the Frozen guys are going to be on there. We've also got Rapunzel, we've got the new restaurants, which we'll talk about as well. But Disney is a niche product, and I'll be very honest with you, you look at the price for a Fjords cruise, you look at the Disney price for a Fjords cruise, two completely different products. Doesn't matter. They are never going to sail empty. This is a product, probably a once-in-a-lifetime cruise. If you've got the kids with you, you've got to take them on at some point.
It's going to be magical, isn't it?
Magical. And as I said, it is something that you'll never experience on another cruise line. One thing they do when you get on a Disney cruise, because we went on it a little while ago, is as you walk on, the whole of the staff are queuing as you make your way onto the ship for the first time. And they say, what's your name? And you'll go, oh, it's the Ryan family. And they go, ladies and gentlemen, welcome the Ryan family. And they all give you a round of applause as you walk on. 4,000 times they do that on a cruise. Because they've got to do it for every couple that walk on. But it makes you feel a little bit different, and it does it what they wouldn't do on another cruise.
I mean, you're a dad, so to be able to, for anyone to take the kids or the grandchildren on board, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, there's some fantastic things on there. Now, again, Disney have introduced some new things on board, which I say are synonymous with Disney themselves. So, first of all, the entertainment, that's going to be second to none. If you've ever been to a Disney theme park, they really
and the frozen deck party on board.
Yeah, so they've got a frozen deck party start of also, of course, Elsa and Elsa. My daughter would absolutely love this, and they have the full deck party on there. They've also got Tangled the musical, so that's going to be one of the West End shows that they've got on there. And they've also got Twice Charmed, which is a twist on the Cinderella, a song and dance extravaganza. Now, moving on to the activities, I'm a big Marvel fan, so again, of course, Disney own Marvel, so you get a chance to go and see the Marvel Superhero Academy. I'll talk about that restaurant in a minute. That is something a little bit different. Now, on the Marvel Superhero Academy, you can see Captain America, you can obviously use some of the props they have there, and of course, you might actually get to meet the characters themselves. You've got the Aquadunk, which is one of the water slides, and the actual Aqua Lab, which is a full-blown water park on there, all within the Disney theme. Moving on to the dining. Now, first of all, we've got Luminaire. Now, this is based around the Beauty and Beast theme, and again, that's something a little bit different. But I just want to focus on this one here. This is the Animator's Palette. Now, when we went in there, as it starts, all the plates, all the crockery, all the walls, all the waiters were in black and white. As the meal progresses, colour gets added to the screen. The waiters dress up in more colour, your food gets more colourful as well, and by the end of it, the whole place is animated.
Wow.
Very, very different. And then the last thing I want to mention is, of course, the new Rapunzel's Royal Table. Now, this is a Rapunzel-themed menu, it's got live entertainment, and I think we've obviously got the video of this one as well. So you imagine going for dinner with the kids and this coming on board. You'll never do anything like it in the world.
I mean, it really is going to be pure Disney magic, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. And as I said, you know, it is a different product. As I said, it's a niche market. You know, people say, oh, I'll wait to see if it's never going to go there. It's Disney. It will always be full. And I think what's so good at the moment is you don't have to travel over to the States. They do a lot of sort of 4-day cruising out the Bahamas and places like that. This is a full-blown cruise. It's going from Dover, so again, you can take on your luggage. You haven't got to worry about that as well. Park the car there and then embark this wonderful ship. And as I said, when I was on board, we went on just for the day. It was quite quiet during the day because obviously the guests weren't on, and then you could see the families and the kids coming on board.
I said to Glenn earlier, I had no idea that you could actually, you know, say do a Disney cruise from Dover to the Fjords. It's going to be an absolutely
and what's nice about it as well, Sean, is because obviously they're kids clubs, you can imagine the size and the standard of the kids clubs, like the best at sea. But also there are adult-only areas, so when the kids are in the kids club, you've still got time in the evening. They do babysitting service. You can go for a drink in the bar. I think they think it's just based for the kids. It's not. It's themed around the children, but in the evening when they've gone to the kids club, you can still go out and do what you want to do.
A friend of mine, Jessie, took her grandchildren on board a Disney cruise recently, and she said, yeah, as an adult, she had an amazing time.
Exactly,
as well.
exactly. Really that's what we're trying to get over.
The grandkids, yeah. They thought it was incredible. But you are going to see the beautiful Norwegian fjords as
You
well.
are, yeah. And what's nice about this one, it's a slightly long one, so we've got 4 ports of call, 4 or 5 ports of call. So starting off from Dover, and then, of course, you're going up your normal day at sea. So that's where you can get to experience and start lapping up the luxury of Disney itself. Then we head into the fjords. We go to Aalesund, again, a smaller city than places like maybe Bergen, but again, Hanseatic-style buildings. You can wander off for the day. Just imagine sailing through these fjords when the characters are coming out on the deck.
Yeah.
That's what you've got to imagine. We then go into Geiranger, which again is one of the highlight ports of call of any Norwegian fjords. And again, imagine sailing through the Geiranger fjords, parking up there, Eagles Bend, Dalsberg, going out for the day, and then coming back to that frozen deck party in the evening as you're sailing out. We then go to Olden. Olden's very, very popular in the fjords now. That's where the Briksdale Glacier is. You can take a trip over there. And the Briksdale Glacier and the Loverlet Lake, which are beautiful as well. But again, we always talk about the fjords. The highlights of the actual fjords cruise is the sailing in and out of the ports of call, which are beautiful. And then we head back into Stavanger. Stavanger, another one of the bigger cities. Again, from there you can take a tour if you wanted to, or you can actually go out in the city. You can see it's a much, much bigger city than some of the other places. You've got the Pulpit Rock there. You can go through into Lysefjorda as you make your way. Again, Hanseatic-style building, stave churches, traditionally Norway. But again, what a better place than to bring the kids back in the evening and experience Disney.
Wow. And then it's their final day at sea, and then back to Dover.
As I said, I think this cruise is not for everybody. You know, if you've got the kids, you'll love Disney and you want to do it. If you haven't, then there are plenty of other cruises doing the fjords. But I think if you want to try it, you want to experience it, and as I said, you maybe have tried the parks before, but you really want to go lap a luxury. That's what those theatres are like. That's what the restaurants are like.
And Glenn, I know you wanted to mention how you can actually pay in instalments now.
Yeah, so obviously, you know, you're looking at the prices there. Now, remember, obviously, the 3rd and 4th person would get a reduction on that if you're sharing 4 in a cabin. But again, with this one, we now have our new policy where we can do, I think, just the £1 deposit on there at the moment, and then from there, you can then pay off the cruise as you go along. So we've now got a payment system where you can set up 3, 6 or 9 payments. Final balance is normally about 3 to 4 months before, but you've got about a year to pay that off. So you can pay it off instalments, and then whatever the balance is left, you can pay that off. And there is a really, really good family of 4 price.
But the great thing is you can book tonight for just £1.
You
can. Just £1 per person deposit. We do think this one, you know, obviously it's the 25th of August, so a very busy time, summer holidays.
Of course, summer holidays, yeah, so it's going to be busy.
Yeah, this one is going to sell quickly.
The main thing with this one is 3 and 4 berth cabins. Not every cabin can hold 3 and 4 people, so once they get booked up, then obviously it gets more expensive.
Well, unlimited snacks, of course, soft drinks, tea, coffee, ice cream. The ice cream's going to be nice.
Lovely.
Oh, yeah. Full board rotational dining, and these unique themed restaurants. And Rapunzel's Royal Table, the latest, of course.
That's going to be a little bit special, that one.
All the immersive themed kids and teens clubs, of course, as well. And the shows, I can only imagine how wonderful and magical they're going to be.
Yeah, we took Brooke and Ellen over to Euro Disney and watched the Frozen show there. And even as an adult, you know, she's so into it that her face is just light up. So you can imagine what it's going to be like on the ships.
And 24-hour room service, of course, as well. And deposits starting at £1. Really nice to have that on the show.
Yeah, something a little bit different, yeah.
Now, we've got to move on now to a great cruise with MSC, this is really exceptional value. It's a 9-night Cuba and Caribbean cruise from Miami with, of course, MSC. But let's just talk about Miami, one of my favourite places to cruise out of, actually.
Yeah, it is. It's very, very popular. Now, what I would say, to be quite honest, we've based this with one night. for the price, if you've got the time to do it, add on 2 or 3. You know, go out there. If you're going to go out there, there's plenty of stuff to do out there. You know, you've got the beaches, you've got the Art Deco style hotels, and the whole South Beach.
So I'm going to say it is magical, and I love all the the outdoor restaurants. I just love people watching.
Yeah,
as
exactly,
well,
exactly. Yeah, and as I said, I think if you go down there, obviously if you're tight for time, we've incorporated it. You need a 1-night pre-stay, but if you can do it, you're probably looking at 80, 90, £100, depending on where you're going to stay per person per night. It's not the cheapest area down there, but for the price you're paying in there, have 2 or 3 nights down in Miami.
I would. And cruising out of Miami, it really is magical, and the best. I think it's one of the best ports to cruise out of.
It is, yeah, definitely,
really good.
100%. So again, if you've got the time, add on a couple of nights, but we've just based it on whether 1 pre-night stay on there.
So if you are booking out, everyone will get at least say 1 night, but I would definitely do 2 or 3, as Glenn says, and then you're going to be aboard MSC for a 7-night cruise. And MSC, they are known for their absolutely outstanding opulent ships.
They are very, very opulent, and I mean, I've said it a few times, the way they're bringing out these ships at the moment, I think they're going to be the biggest cruise ship company in the world.
They get more and more popular,
More and more popular, and again, people wanted to try different places. What's so good about it, of course, is MSC, their basis is the container ships. So, of course, they've got great prices. You know, they've got deals within the ports of call they go to, and this is how they can get such good prices for when they're docking. Now, what's so good about this one? This is taking you to slightly different places in the Caribbean. We've talked about your Antigua, St Lucia and St Kitts, St Martin, but this is taking you to different places like Montego Bay, Grand Cayman, Cozumel, and my former home. I used to live in Cuba. I lived in Cuba for 9 months. I was very fortunate enough to be over in Havana and Varadero, and I think a lot of people are very keen to get out to Cuba and try it. Before it changes, it's getting that more American feel into it now. So I think you want to get out there and see as much as you possibly can before it changes. And it's got that Latin buzz, but of course the Caribbean as well.
I keep looking at that price, and I'm just thinking about the...
Remember, that's with the flight.
That's just what I was going to say, I was just thinking about the price of the flight.
Yes, exactly.
Because no, it's not, I'm not being free, it's not cheap to fly to Miami, and, you know, it's not.
Yeah, you've got an outside seat on the plane. Sitting on the wing, you're wing walking.
But, you know,
we'll get you there.
The flights, you know, we would talk at least...
And a pre-night stay, and you hope.
Yeah. So, amazing. So, yes, so we've flown you to Miami.
Yeah, so going to fly you to Miami. And again, you know, you've arrived for a couple of days, however you're going to do it. Chill out day at sea. These ships have got so much going on, so you can relax and take it easy. Then we go to the really, really popular destination down into Jamaica of Montego Bay. Now, again, Montego Bay, a lot of stuff to do. You can do the zip line. You could do a lot of the water sports there. Duns Rivers Falls is a popular falls to go to.
That's what I did on my 40th.
Yeah, that's it there, and you can put those silly shoes on.
Yeah, it was actually, it was cold in there, actually.
It is quite cold in there, but you put your little shoes on and you look like a right numpty when you go up there.
But once you get to the top, I think I had a nice run and it was fine.
That's fine. Everything's better with a run. You've got the rafting, you can go to the Martha Bay River, you can go horseback riding at Half Moon and get the equestrian site, whatever you want to do there, it's great. Then we move on to beachy paradise of Georgetown in Grand Cayman. Again, chance to go Stingray City, you can go snorkeling, jet skiing, even go to the turtle farm, just chill out, relax, swim, snorkel. It is a water paradise over there, and you can see what Grand Cayman's like. Then we head down into Mexico, into Cozumel. Again, very purpose-built for the cruise ships coming in, so many people spend time around the actual port area, but you can take a trip, and I would recommend it, out to the Mayan ruins of Tulum. You could either do what's called a buggy island adventure with an overview of the area, and it's something a little bit different, maybe a Segway tour. So there's different things to do there in Cozumel.
Yeah, the Segways would be fun.
They're really fun, really fun. And then from there on to beautiful Havana. Now, as I said, I was based there for nearly 9 months. Now, what's good about this one is you don't have to cram it all in one day. You've got an overnight. So when you arrive, you've definitely got to try and take one of the classic tours. They do 2-hour tours in the classic cars, go around. You can go to Ernest Hemingway's Trail. Obviously, Ernest Hemingway was based out there. You could do the city tours. You can go to Revolutionary Museum, which is really, really interesting in the old square. One thing I would recommend doing in the evening, it's not cheap, it's the Tropicana Cabaret. That's the famous show they have there. That's got all the dancing girls and the cabaret. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about that.
And
actually,
as I think, you know, and while you're there, have a mojito, do a bit of salsa. You're in Cuba, enjoy yourself, let your hair down and maybe have a cigar.
I think that's what makes this...
Roll your own and get booed in.
Top advice from Glenn as ever.
Have a cigar.
Just to recap, you get that one-night stay in a 4-star hotel in Miami. Say we can extend that should you wish. Forgot to mention you get 2 short excursions on this one as well, don't you?
You do. So I say you've got your 2 days in Havana, so you've got trips there as well. But I say you can do alternatives, ones that you want. And I say it's great that you've got that overnight in Havana.
On selected dates, you also get a free upgrade from inside to outside as well. And the drinks packages with MSC, you can actually upgrade to all-inclusive from just 24 rather pounds per person per night. That's one of the most affordable drinks packages.
Yeah,
isn't
so
it?
if you think about that, for less than £1,100 on certain dates, you can have all-inclusive on the cruise.
It's really good.
Really good.
Really good. And return flights based on London. That lead date, by the way, 9th of December. I think that's a great time to get away. Because I often think that the couple of weeks before Christmas, they are so stressful in the UK, aren't
It
they?
is, and I mean, if you look at those December dates, they are the ones to go for. But even if you think after Christmas time, you know, normally March time and stuff like that is normally a little bit more expensive in the Caribbean. Great dates there, even 28th of April, 899 as well.
Yeah. And say, you've got some great upgrades on some of the dates there. Even the suites are really good fun,
Yeah, they
aren't
are.
they?
Very,
yeah.
very good.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. I'm really tempted with that, actually. Do you know, I haven't got a cruise in my diary still.
Really, that's
I
the
know.
first time in about 12 years.
I know. I feel naked.
I'm surprised the cruising industry is still functioning.
I do feel naked almost. It's like,
Well,
you know,
there
so to
you go.
speak. But it is, it's like, it's only because I'm moving house, and until I've moved, I just feel like I can't.
I don't know, just live on a cruise ship, cheaper.
Now, there's an idea. Yeah, I'd love that. I really would. Anyway, we've got...
This is
Oh, thank you. They're just saying this is one for me. Throwback to the 80s. I love the look of this one, actually, because you've got... Because I'm an 80s child, and, well, I was born in the 60s, but I mean, I was a teenager in the 80s, so this is all music that I know.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Human League.
Human League, still got it in your car, aren't you? Still playing it in your car.
Yeah. We've
Human
got
League.
OMD.
OMD, we've got all...
Jason Donovan, who got on stage with Kylie the other night, didn't
Exactly, he did, yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go.
So really top acts, and Andy Bell from Erasure.
Mate, they're all there.
Yeah, anyway.
Let Pat Sharp tell you about it.
Here he is, Pat Sharp.
Hello, Planet Cruise viewers. I'm Pat Sharp, and I want to welcome you on board the Navigator of the Seas for an amazing retro party. It's called the Throwback Festival at Sea. Hope to see you on board in October.
That will be a lot of fun, won't
Yeah,
it?
well, we just I think we mentioned before, I did a stag do down at one of the known holiday camps.
You're always on stag do's.
I know. Well, the thing is, that's a cool bit of married. Well, they were getting married for about the third time. We went down to one of the holiday camps, and we paid about 250 quid just to go there for 2 nights.
Yeah.
So you might as well go on a cruise. You go on Navigate the Sea, which is a wonderful ship anyway.
Yeah.
Brilliant line-up, and as I said, you can just let your hair down for a few days.
Yeah, I think it'd be great. Really, I really fancy this one. And you get to visit Bruges as well. You're cruising out of Southampton, and your say day 2 is actually in the port's Zeebrugge, but you can. Of
Yeah,
course,
so I mean, some people go off into Zeebrugge. I would definitely say make your way to the train station and get
I'd
yourself
get
into
to Bruges.
Bruges. Have a wander around there for a few hours. And what's nice, as I said, we talk about it a lot. You've got the canals there. You've got your German beer and the waffles, and wander around with the horse-drawn carriages. Stay there for a few hours, then get back on because the party's going to be carrying on. And as I said, it is a 3-night party on there, and every night they'll have different acts on board, so you can go and see who you want. You can go and take as much as you want, or relax and just see some of the other entertainment on board. But it's a really, really good opportunity. And as I said, these are so popular, these 80s sort of reunions. But again, with this one, being on a cruise ship, it's something a little bit different.
I would love that. I really would. Anyway, final day at sea, then back to Southampton. Amazing value. So when you get to see, so many of those, I mean, they're big names, aren't they? Big,
They are
80s
big names. Yeah, I'll say lead price £499. You can upgrade to £100 for an outside, another £100 for a balcony, depending on what you want to do. But I say, if you've got your friends, you're not sure what to do, and if you think, we want to get together before sort of it kicks off, we're getting ready for Christmas and stuff like that, that's a really good opportunity to do.
And if you do want to push the boat out, so to speak, and book a suite, you will actually get a deluxe drinks package as well.
You will, yeah, unless your drinks included
So
on
do
there.
think about maybe, say, going for suite and getting that deluxe drinks package as well. There's also promises from BBC's It's a Knockout.
Drank it that well, I don't know where that's come from.
Do you remember that?
That was Stuart Hall, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Years ago, yeah, I used to love that.
Yeah, I did. It's a right laugh, wasn't it? Yeah, it's great.
It's normally an obstacle course when we're trying to get back to the cabin at the end of the night anyway. So.
No, that was a great one. Tips are included, by the way, as well. And then, just staying with kind of the entertainment theme, we've got another one.
Which is following on.
Yes.
So this is going
and
on...
this is more sort of musical theatre, isn't it?
Yeah, my wife is desperate to go on this one, but unfortunately we're not available. We can't do it and I can't afford it.
Well, she could give it to someone else, couldn't she?
She could, yeah, normally does, yeah. But This is going to be on the 15th of October, this one, and this one is the Stage Musicals Theatre Festival, and this is a little bit different. So this is featuring Michael Ball, you've got Beverly Knight, you've got Lee Mead on there as well, Calabro, you've got some great acts on there, and as I said, we've got some friends who have booked this already because they love the stage musical and they really want to go and see it.
Well, Lee Mead is going to tell you a little bit more.
Hello, you wonderful viewers of Planet Cruise. This is Lee Mead, and I'm here to tell you to come on our ship and come and see our wonderful show. We've got Michael Ball, Beverly Knight, Calabro, some wonderful singers, including myself. And please come and join us on the wonderful Floating Festivals stages. It's going to be a great, great time.
I like both those. I
like it. Yeah, just stay on. But I think this is really different. As I said, again, some of you might have never tried ships before, but you love the musicals and you want to put it all together. So I think this is going to be really popular. As I said, we've been selling loads of these over the last couple of months, and there's a few cabins left. So again,
not a lot, though.
Not a lot. No, we've got an allocation, and once they go, they go.
Well, you'll be cruising out of Southampton.
Yep.
First day is at sea, but we're making our way over to Amsterdam. Can you believe I've never been to Amsterdam?
You've never been?
Never been, honestly.
Never been. So again, Amsterdam's got loads and loads of stuff to offer. Again, you can go off down the canals, you can go to the Anne Frank Museum, you can go to Madame Tussauds. Of course, have a wander around the red light district. It's what it's famous for. Whatever you want to do in Amsterdam is great to spend a day. And I think it's always nice when you're on one of these sort of mini cruises to get off and stretch the legs for a while anyway. So nice to have a day at sea, then a port of call, then a day at sea, and then back into Southampton. But as I said, spend as much time as you can. Normally where they dock's not too far to get into Amsterdam anyway. If not, there'll be shuttle buses or trams to get you in. But it's a good way to do it on there. And I say Amsterdam's a really, really nice destination.
And then say you've got another day at sea. I mean, you're going to have so much great entertainment, obviously, and then back to Southampton. Just to remind you on this one, because again, it's definitely worth thinking about the suite on this one. So you've got big names. I mean, Michael Ball.
Michael Ball, yeah, he's the man.
I mean, Beverly Knight there, say Lee Mead's going to be on board, and many others, I'm sure. So it's all about musical theatre at sea there. Gratuities are included, but again, if you book a suite on this one, and they're really not that, not that expensive a suite, and starting at $9.99, you will get a deluxe drinks package as well. And if you do want to add on a night before you cruise, you can actually stay at the Holiday Inn in Winchester for just £95 per person. I think that, as you said, they're really good. If you've maybe never tried a cruise, but you both love musical theatre, you want to go in.
Again, both of those, they're two completely different products. So depending on what you want to do, you've got something there for everyone. And as I said, you get a chance to try the ships, you get a chance to see that great entertainment. It's a nice way to have a break.
Yeah, definitely. Anyway, we better quickly recap the great deals. So we started with P&O, of course, and amazing value on this one. It's a 40-night Western Med from Southampton. You can book it tonight from just £1 per person deposit as well. And as we've kept mentioning, if any cruises out of Southampton, we can, of course, always give you a night before your cruise and stay at the Holiday Inn in Winchester. When you're away for 2 weeks, that works out really good because you're getting parking for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
would cost a lot, wouldn't it?
Well, as I said, we're going to do the 23rd. We're going to book it this week with the family, and we just tried to work out what the daily rate is to go in August time. And again, as I said, a lot of these sailings now, like the 23rd of August, has got free child places in the middle of August, which is brilliant. So we're going to book that one.
So you're going on the 23rd of...
Yeah, 23rd of August 2020.
Okay, so that's one to avoid, right, what was next, Glenn?
There you go. Then we moved on to, I think it was that river cruise that Dan whisked us through very quickly at 300 mile an hour. There we go. So this one's a 40-night cruise in the heart of Europe from Budapest. The lead date on this one is the 31st of October 2019. Again, exclusive £1 deposit on this one, plus a £25 M&S voucher. Excursions are included in every port, which is a really big thing. Loads of places to go and see there. Overnights on board in Budapest. Return flights from not only Heathrow, but Manchester, Edinburgh, plus all your overseas transfers. And again, depending on which cruise you want, it does work in reverse. But again, the team can advise.
I mean, when you bear in mind that it's 2 weeks, it works out for less than £1,000 a week.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Very good for a river.
Then I really liked this next one from Marella Cruises. When you saw how wonderful the Marella Explorer actually is. She's beautiful. And it's an all-inclusive transatlantic homecoming from Barbados. And I know I do go on about all-inclusive probably too much, but when you are away for 19 nights...
That's where your bill's going to come from. You know,
yeah, you could spend a fortune.
Can I just say as well, Marella have really taken it up to the next level. I say
they have,
booked our cruise for next year on Discovery, but the feedback we're getting from Discovery 2 and Explorer has been very, very good, and it's such a good price to go, back from the Caribbean. It's brilliant.
I thought this was sensational. Now the single, we've only got a few of those, so if you do want to book the single cabins to do it tonight, starting at just 2,349. Flights based on Birmingham there, we've also got a London Gatwick, and we have got some other options there, the 21-night cruise as well.
Yeah, so again, if people want to go back to Newcastle, they can, which is only more or less the same price, I think.
It is, yeah.
And then based on Manchester flight, Newcastle flights are £9 So what's so good about it? Normally everything goes out of Southampton. This one you can actually go back into Newcastle.
But again, just give us a call tonight. We can talk you through.
Then we go on to Disney, which is one I was talking about. This is a great one up to the Fjords on here, 25th of August in the middle of the summer. Now again, please be aware that this is a niche product. It's going to be very, very busy. There's only 860 cabins on this ship, and it is like going back to the conjures up the steamliners and the Disney cruise going through the Fjords there. Unlimited snacks, soft drinks, teas, coffees, ice creams. You've got 4-board rotational dining at the 3 uniquely themed restaurants, and of course that Rapunzel's Royal Table. You've got the immersive themed kids and teens clubs, West End style Disney musicals, which could be amazing, 24-hour room service, and that £1 per person.
And to be visiting the fjords and having the frozen deck party and things like that, it's going to be spectacular, isn't it? Then we had that wonderful cruise with MSC, so the 9-night Cuba and the Caribbean from Miami. Now, we do give you a night in Miami in a 4-star hotel. As Glenn mentioned earlier, we can extend that. You've also got 2 free shore excursions included in the price, and the overnight on board in Havana as well. Some upgrades there on selected dates, got free inside to outside cabin upgrades as well. And the drinks packages, you can add those on from just £24 per person per night. I mean, if you break down the price of flights, return flights to Miami and a hotel stay, the value there is sensational, isn't it?
And as I said, try and add that extra couple of nights on if Miami can. It'd be really, really good. And then finally, we went on to our 2 sort of mini cruise festival ones.
Yes.
We had the 3-night floating festival, throwback to the 80s. This is on the 12th of October with the Human League, OMD, Jason Donovan, and much more. And again, you've got gratuities included. Book a suite and receive a deluxe drinks package, and maybe add on that night stay in Winchester to extend the stay.
If you love 80s music, that is going to be really good, isn't it? And then, if you are a big musical theatre fan, a chance to go on board and see big names such as Michael Ball, Beverly Knight there, Lee Mead's going to be on board, of course, as well. On-board gratuities are included. Again, if you book a suite, you will receive a deluxe drinks package as well. Now, very important, we're going to say it one final time, tonight is the night to pre-reg for the Iona, isn't it?
Yeah, that's fine. And as I said, me and Dan will be back in with the rest of the guys in the morning and do that. Remember as well, as I said, get it registered now, get it booked, and you've got ages to pay it off.
Well, here's a final reminder. Definitely do that chat. Big thank you to Glenn and Dan. I tell you what, we forgot the late deals.
Yeah, don't forget my late corner. I'm stuck.
No, I know.
I've got the Costa going out on the 11th of November, 579 per person, and then also we got that one which was the one on Fred Olsen. That was the 9 nights on Balmoral, and that's 679 per person to the beer festival.
What time are we open till tonight?
Well, open till 10, and then we're back open at.
We'll be back there at 7:30, won't we?
7:30 tomorrow morning. Some of us work, mate.
You've been off for a month. Right, who's doing the show next week?
Must be you.
Yeah, you fight over it. We'll see one of you next week.
Take care.
Take care. Thank you there to Dan and Glenn and Planet Cruise, of course. Glenn, you're back next week, aren't you? Yeah, Glenn's back next week.
Back to a bit of professionalism.
Right, 25% off Teafel next, the most amazing pick of the day.
Hi everyone, thanks very much for watching the video. Please don't forget to comment and subscribe below, and remember to click the bell to get those notifications turned on. And if you're looking for more fantastic travel content like this, then click on the videos to the right. It will be really informative. Or you can click on the Planet logo to the left and go to our website for some really fantastic deals. Thanks for watching.